Somebody's out here looking mighty dumb and mighty wrong. And it's more than one person. As Gervonta Davis's fight with Lamont Roach, the unknown world champion, Lamont Roach, is a whole lot more competitive than people thought, as we get hit with a major dose of reality in the form of a fight between Tyszyu and Bakram Murtazaliev. Let's talk about that. All right, welcome back to the channel. Over the last couple weeks, I've had some of the dumbest conversations with boxing fans that I've had in the 7 or 8 years that I've been talking about boxing on the internet. Last night, Tyszyu and Bakram Murtazaliev should have shut up all of these Gervonta Davis, Lamont Roach fight fans that hate that fight. Because now, all the smack talking they were doing, they got egg on their face. As exactly what I said could happen to a reigning world champion anytime they fight another reigning world champion. They can lose. Now, before I get into that, but let me clarify, Tyszyu was not a reigning world champion. However, he was a huge favorite against that reigning world champion. But before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and learn something. And learn something that is real and not just something I'm pulling out of thin air. So, last night, while I was tweeting with a bunch of people that don't seem to have common sense, like myself, because obviously I don't have a lot of common sense if I keep tweeting with them, but you know what I mean. I'm out there on Twitter, and I'm having this big conversation with people about how trash Lamont Roach with Gervonta Davis, how trash that fight is. Because there's no way Lamont Roach can win it. Everybody already knows the outcome, so we don't want to see the fight. Now, I've been having this stupid conversation with people for a long time, but let me give you a little bit of background on exactly how stupid these people are. There are people that are stupid enough to believe that Floyd Mayweather Jr. fought his career in the later half with fractured hands, and that because he had fractured hands, that's why he started fighting and avoiding punches and slipping punches. But before that, nobody in the 600 years of history of boxing had ever focused on being hit and not being hit, hitting people and not being hit. It all started with Floyd and his fractured hands. Now, if you are any weight of a boxing fan right there, you know what's wrong with that. Number one, the sport of boxing as we know it hasn't even been around 600 years. Fighting, and that's been around for a long time, thousands of years, but not the sport of boxing as we know it. So 600 years, no, but we don't even have to worry because we know there were guys like Pernell Whitaker. We know that there were guys like Oscar De La Hoya. You know there were Sugar Ray Robinsons. You know there were people like Willie Pastrana. There were all kind of people show tremendous defense. Willie Pep is the name of the guy I'm really looking for. Willie Pep won whole rounds without throwing a punch. Ali won rounds without ever throwing a punch. No, defense has been around a long time. What is also, but you know, that's the mentality of the people that are saying these ridiculous things about these fights. They don't know what they're talking about. So if they're willing to so freely say things that sound ridiculous to people that know what they're talking about, why should it stop them from saying that Gervonta Davis shouldn't fight a reigning world champion? Well, it didn't stop them. So we are now looking at a fight with Bakram Murtazaliev and Tyszyu. Now, this fight was supposed to be an easy fight for Tyszyu. Tyszyu was out there talking about what he was going to fight. He's looking for Terence Crawford next. How, you know, he still wants a rematch with Sebastian Mandora. How Errol Spence ain't all of that or whatever. He's going through and he's talking. But what happens? He gets in the ring with somebody that, who did he fight? We've never heard of him before. He gets in there with a guy, by the way. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but old Murtazaliev was significantly bigger than Tyszyu. Significantly bigger, taller, broader, longer, the whole nine. And he winds up beating the absolute brakes off Tyszyu. Wasn't a close fight, stops him. And if they fight again, he's probably going to stop him again. Many people are saying, hey, it's because Tyszyu didn't focus on the opponent. He didn't take the opponent seriously. Now, put a pin in that. Number one, I think it's disrespectful to Murtazaliev to say that Tim just didn't focus. Nah, Murtazaliev can fight. He's a tough fight. And if you don't focus 100%, you can get beat by a guy like that. Which brings me back to Lamont Roach. You all are acting like, many of you all are acting like it is a foregone conclusion that he's going to beat this guy. When you may wind up going to the fight, paying for the fight, and seeing something where you have a really, really close fight. Telling you, people did not see that coming with Tyszyu and Murtazaliev because they hadn't seen Murtazaliev fight before. Murtazaliev got an IBF belt after it was taken from Jermell Charlo, but hey, man, I don't even know if he fought for it, if he won a vacant belt or if he got it, if he was elevated to it because he was the mandatory, whatever the case was, man, this is a serious dude, man, which is why you got to fight your mandatories and reigning world champions you have to take seriously. And Lamont Roach is somebody to take seriously. And if Gervonta Davis doesn't, he can wind up in the situation that Tyszyu was in, period. There are no easy fights in boxing with world champions. So maybe you guys should stop just trying to blast every fight and prevent it from happening. Because if we would have listened to you all and there was a bunch of hype around Tyszyu, no. Murtazaliev is not good enough. Murtazaliev is okay, but what he really needs to do is go up in weight because I haven't seen his greatness and I don't know who Murtazaliev is. I think he needs to go fight Canelo. Why isn't he calling for all of that ridiculousness? They can drive the conversation and keep people interesting and bantering back and forth and all of that. But all of it is a bunch of smoke being blown back and forth. The fact of the matter is that these fighters can fight. You don't know what the outcome of the fight is until the fight takes place. Nobody thought that, well, there were some people, but very few people thought Buster Douglas was going to beat Mike Tyson. So if they were like, well, I don't want to see Buster Douglas fight Mike Tyson. Oh, man, he's cherry picking. This is so terrible. Man, you would have never seen the fight. And that's the thing. If somebody is super confident, super overconfident, and they get in there with somebody that they think isn't all that, and they wind up getting knocked out by a left hook, a la Devin Haney. Well, he didn't get knocked out. He did get up. But you get my point. Man, take these fighters seriously, man. And man, if we encourage the fight and we want to see the fight, we'll get to see more fights. And there'll be more fight cards like Tyszyu versus Murtazaliev because on the real, man, that was a great fight card. I really, really enjoyed that fight card. Congratulations to Murtazaliev. Congratulations to Giannis Tellez. Man, he's nice, bro. That dude right there reminds me of mini Andre Ward. Just all around good fights. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.